Right guys, welcome. Bit of a late start tonight, but it is Halloween. I think you'll allow me that. Actually, do you know what? I can't remember the last time I've said it isn't a bit of a late start because this is the fucking late night agenda. So you are very welcome along to tonight's show. I'm your host Craig, and as always, this is your show. Tell me the topics you want to have a chat about. You can see by the headline tonight on the name of the stream, there's a couple of things we can have a chat about. We can talk about the MANÉ situation. There was a little bit of an update about that today in the Echo. We can talk about RAMSEY, who was today being told by Arsenal that he's free to leave the club. And of course, there's a few other bits and pieces as well. I'm just going to wait for the chat to fill up before we head on tonight because this, as I said, this is your show. There's no point in us being here without you guys. So without the chat, without the people coming on board, the show just won't work. As I said, there is a few things we can talk about, namely Alisson Becker shaving his fucking beard. I mean, you may think that that's not big news, but to me, a lover of the beard as much as I am, Alisson Becker shaving his beard is big fucking news. Yeah, so there you go. He shaved his beard. It's still there. It's a bit stubbly, and people are tuning in going, "Here, what the fuck is this lad on about?" Alisson Becker's beard, to me, I believe it's like Samson. I believe it's the key to his strength, and one of the reasons why he's so good. I'm probably sounding like a complete fucking tool now, but as you can probably gather, I'm just killing off time till the chat starts to fill up. It's Halloween night. People are probably out and about at parties, out with their friends. Of course, I was trick-or-treating with the kids early. When I say trick-or-treating, I was the one sitting in the house giving out the candy while the kids were going out. We have this tradition where we go up to the kids' grandparents every year to do that. So we've been doing it since they were small. It's a bit of a long drive up to Dublin, but you know what? We still do it as well because it is a tradition. I see the chat's finally starting to fill up now, so we'll jump into it. Fun Gamer, Ben, Rod, Liverpool legend, how are you? Great to see you all. Happy Halloween to you guys as well. We have a few topics to get through tonight. I'm very interested to know your thoughts on Aaron Ramsey, but we'll get to that as the stream moves on. There we go. The chat's really starting to fill up now. I was starting to get worried. When it takes a couple of minutes sometimes for the chat to fill up, I wonder, have I hit the right buttons? Am I actually live streaming? Is there people going to come on? Have I picked the wrong night? Does everybody suddenly not give a shit about the stream? You know, all these mad thoughts go through my head, but thankfully, you guys are starting to come in now. Great to see you all. Sean, Sam, Niall, Brian, Harry, Tom, how are you? Great to have you all on tonight. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed your Halloween, or you are enjoying your Halloween, wherever in the world you are. And if you're dressed up and watching this stream, let me know. Even more so, I want to know. If you're sitting at home and you're dressed up for the evening, or you're out and about, what are you wearing? What did you dress up as? It's Halloween, let's have a bit of fun. Sean said, just swerve what I was watching for this, Craig. You know this. Top man, Sean. Much love. Do love it. Yeah, there is a bit for us to get through. I've done out a bit of an agenda, but of course I keep saying this is your show, guys, so you let me know. Louis joined as well. Subi is in. Subi, how are you, sir? Great to have you. Sam has joined us. Try my surname. Collier. There you go, Sam Collier. That's my best guess at that one, Sam. I think I've got that one right, but the spelling of it as well. Right, guys, Alisson Becker, as I said, have you seen it? He shaved his beard. What the fuck is going on here? Is anybody else as frightened as I am that Alisson Becker shaved his beard? It's just not right. It's just not right in so many levels. That man had a beautiful beard. For a non-beard grower like me, somebody incapable of growing a beard, seeing Alisson Becker fucking about like that with what was a magnificent beard really has scared me quite a little bit. There was a nice clip in training today you guys might have seen on the Liverpool site or on social media of the goalkeepers going through their drills. SpongeBob was there, Creevy Kelleher was there, and of course Alisson was there. I was very impressed with Creevy Kelleher, and look, it's very easy to talk about, like, it was just a few clips in training. Of course it is. You can't take anything from that, but his speed of footwork, he looked very, very on it. And there's a reason I think Klopp has a bit of faith in Creevy and Kelleher, because he looks like a damn fine goalkeeper. So I'm very interested to see if he starts to get the breaks or gets the way through. If Mignolet gets moved on, and Creevy and Kelleher or Grabara, but I prefer Creevy and Kelleher, if they aren't promoted to be the second choice goalkeeper, then what is the point? There's no pathway through for them. We'll have seen that with Danny Ward when he moved on as well. Although other people do have their own thoughts as to why Danny Ward moved on. Probably not. It's not for me to say on here because I'd just be guessing. But if anybody researched the goalkeeping situation, then you probably come to your own conclusions on that one. Fun Gamer said, happy Halloween. I'm dressed up as a vampire. Thank you for sharing that one, buddy. I do love to know, so let me know what are you guys dressed up as. Lucas was a stormtrooper today, excuse me. He too, though, he had a stormtrooper costume and he had a Kylo Ren costume that we got in America. So yeah, so he was chopping and changing, but I think on the whole, he was a stormtrooper. He loves Star Wars all of a sudden for some reason, which is, you know, not something his father likes, so I don't know where he got it from. What else have we got? The good news, though, there is good news on the goalkeeping situation. Look, don't get too excited, by the way, before I come out with this good news. It's nothing fucking major or spectacular, but I like to think it's good news. Adam Bogdan has finally come to the conclusion, it's finally sunken in, that his Liverpool career may in fact be over. His contract runs out in the summer, as we know, and he was speaking today that he's still a Liverpool player. He still knows he's a Liverpool player, but he's coming to the realisation that that contract is running down and it probably won't be renewed by Liverpool, so he's starting to feel a bit more like a Hibs player. There you go. That's my good news on the goalkeeping front. Every day that goes by is another day closer to Adam Bogdan not technically being contracted to Liverpool Football Club. There you go, Mr. 118 himself. Dirty Girl is in the house as well. Andre has joined us. How are you? Brian has joined us. Sean as well, as I said. Tom. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you. I hope you've all stuffed your faces full of what we say sweets. I think the Americans say candy or chocolate or whatever your taste is. Maybe you're a monkey nuts kind of person. I don't know. By the way, monkey nuts might be an Irish phrase. I'm not sure if that's used around the world as well. When we talk about monkey nuts, we mean those nuts that are in the casing that, you know, you have to break open and you've got the two little peanuts inside them. Word is Klopp is happy to sell Moreno without replacing because Lewis is so good, said Brian Morrissey. Rod, well no, that wasn't Rod, that was somebody replying to Rod. Go Adam Bogdan, said Louis. I mean, when you're right, mate. Craig, guess what absolute legend played tonight? Can you guess what absolute legend played tonight? I'm not. In which sense, mate? Are we talking about in the Carabao? Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Carabao Cup. Haven't got a clue, mate. Do fill me in though. I seen the scores. I didn't get to watch any of the games because I was out and about. Did see the scores. 3-2 and the Chelsea derby game. That was always going to shape up to be a good game. But all the goals in the first half, which is absolutely fucking nuts. Did you guys see the video today? I was going to save this for a little bit later on, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but talk about it now. Did you guys see the video of the Manchester City fans that's doing the rounds singing about the Reds when they're away? They're away at Wembley. They're after. I don't know when this video was taken now. It could be at the end of the game, could be at half time, could be before the game. I don't know. Somebody will probably know. But they're singing about Liverpool when they're playing Spurs in Wembley. They're trying to create, we've said this before, trying to create this rivalry that just doesn't fucking exist. I respect Manchester City's footballing capabilities from the players in the field. After that, they're non-existent to me. The cunts just don't exist. What is it about all these clubs being obsessed with Liverpool and singing about us and then in the same breath moaning about us and calling us cunts? It's madness. Chelsea, Manchester City, they can't stop talking about Liverpool. I don't get it. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Maybe there's something I'm missing out on here. But for me, it's just plastic Manchester City fans trying to create the same as Spurs to an extent. Trying to create a rivalry that we just don't feel as Liverpool fans. Yeah, look, we're both going to be challenging for the Premier League title this year. But as far as that's it. They were bitch slapped twice last year in the Champions League. They're still crying about the can of Copperberg. We said at the time, and I'll reiterate, what happened with the can being thrown at the bus, nobody is condoning that whatsoever. It was wrong. But fucking hell, they haven't half gone on about it since. Should have worn a green top and become a floating head for the night, said Connor. Mate, I'm not going to lie. Literally got in the door, had something to eat, because I didn't even get a chance to have dinner today. Had a sandwich and came up here, threw on the Argentina shirt, which is the first shirt that came to hand in my press, and jumped onto the computer. So, hadn't even had a chance to think about floating head, Craig. I got dressed up as Wurzel Gummidge, said Dirty Girl. Yes, there's a blast from the past. I was walking through Busch Gardens last year, I think, with my kids, and there was a scarecrow there. And I said, oh my god, that looks like Wurzel Gummidge. And the two kids looked at me as if to go, huh? The fuck's a Wurzel Gummidge? And I remembered then that I'm fucking old. I remembered that I'm old, and they hadn't got a clue what it all was talking about. Jay Spearing, Andre. Jay motherfucking Spearing playing tonight in the Carabao Cup. The man, the myth, the legend. I always looked at Jay Spearing like a half-pint Danny Murphy, if that makes sense. He kind of looked like a little mixture of Pinky from Pinky and the Brain and Danny Murphy. I think that was the perfect combination there for little Spud, baby Spud. It's just City showing their love for us, said Ben. That's it. That's it. Their love for us. Their love for our history. A history that those fuckers are never going to have. Jay Spearing. Can't get over that one now. That is a blast from the past, mate. Thank you for sharing that. That's made me smile. It's Wednesday, 31st of October 2018, and Lazar Markovic is still a Liverpool player. Who would have thought, said Louis. Actually, I don't do many shout outs on here, but I'm going to fucking do one tonight. Shout out to my lovely wife. Today is 18 years that I've been with my wife today. Now, we're not married 18 years. I actually don't know how many years we're married, if I'm being honest. I haven't got a clue. I can't remember. That's her department. I remember what date it was. It was the 1st of March. Was it? I don't know. I honestly can't remember. It's over 10 anyway. I know that much. Maybe it's 12, 11, something like that. That's not important. What is important is I've been with my beautiful, wonderful missus for 18 years today. It was Halloween when we got together. I'm 37 years of age. That is almost half of my life. And of course, she's the same age. So almost half of her life. So madness. So massive shout out to my missus who lets me do all this, who supports me in doing it, who is absolutely fantastic. I mean, she's the best in the world. Honestly, you guys might see Fun Craig on here, but I'm an asshole. I am an absolute fucking asshole. And I don't know how she puts up with me, but I do love her. And you know, massive shout out to the missus tonight. 18 years with this bald Irish idiot. What else have we got? It's because everybody loves us, says Fun Gamer. Craig, what you doing in your pyjamas? It's an Argentina shirt. That's not pyjamas. Come on, this is a fairly new shirt as well. I only got this one when I was on holidays. Got the home and away one. They all trying to start a rivalry, giving up with them all, so half of them the same use jokes. Exactly, even the song they were singing they were trying to copy from us. Absolute planks. Right, there's a few more comments I want to get through. God, it started off slow tonight. The chat started off really slow. Now I can't keep up again. It's great. I love this stuff. I love when you guys come on and get involved. I thought it might be a quiet one tonight with it being Halloween and all, but again, thank you. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Look, I'm not going to be just talking about myself, Sabrina, and the kids. Don't worry. I have an agenda of stuff to get through. We spoke about the goalkeeping situation. There's no point in us really talking about starting 11s again for the game the weekend, is there? Because we'll probably end up going through this 10 times before Saturday comes around. It's because we're the biggest threat, said Sean Lunt, which is true. That is true. Craig, what you do in your pyjamas? I've read that one. Fuck the bus, said Megan Anki. Fuck the bus indeed, sir. I'm sick of hearing about that bus. Honestly, you'd swear that the thing was set on fire with the players inside it, the way they go on about it. I think, actually, I'd swear there was more damage done to my car the other day when it was ran into the back of, and I couldn't give a fuck about that either. That's, you know, the kids are Sabrina's okay, Lucas is okay, the car I couldn't give a fuck about, but Jesus Christ, Manchester City don't half use that as an excuse for the beating that they got. It's okay dressing up as Juan Sebastian Varane is as good as a floating head. There you go. I'm glad you noticed, Connor. I am Juan Sebastian Varane, very well spotted. It was a toss-up between him and Lionel Messi, but I went with Varane in the end. Man City and Chelsea want our history, I think you're trying to say, Stephen, or want our... I think you meant to say want our history. They ain't getting it though, buddy. Not a chance. False rivalries are weird. It's Man United and the Ev for us. End of. Exactly, Brian. I mean, there was a period, I suppose, where you could argue that there was somewhat of a short-lived rivalry with Chelsea around the Rafa Mourinho era, and that's because we kept meeting in major fucking semi-finals. I mean, we got them in the Champions League a couple of times. We came up against them in the Carling Cup finals. I mean, yeah, there was some big matches there, but even at that, that's died away. It's not really a rivalry. We just don't like Chelsea. Well, I don't anyway. Maybe I definitely shouldn't be speaking for everybody. I don't like them. Gave all the kids fruit, vegetables and carrots so they won't come back. Little fuckers. I mean, prepare to wash your windows tomorrow, Rod. That's what I'm saying, man. If you're giving out vegetables, carrots and fruit, then you're getting egged like a motherfucker. Absolutely, man. You're getting egged with toilet rolls. No sure thing about it. Do you guys know when people TP or toilet roll a house, you see them fucking toilet rolling over the trees and all, and people are out there cleaning it up? I always thought to myself, man, if that was my gaff, and I had trees in the front garden like that, and people were just TP, I'd just put a lighter to it. I'd just literally light the toilet roll and watch the rest of it go up and just say, yeah, fuck it. Instead of giving out sweets, I gave out life lessons, far more valuable. They'll thank me later in life, said Connor. Okay, mate. You and the cat. I know it was you and the cat tonight, Connor. Tell the truth. Is it a black cat? Was it Freaky? Freaky sitting there with a black cat. Mr. RJC is in. Louise is in as well. Louise, how are you? Hi Craig and Agenda. I'm going on Xbox tonight, so I won't be in the chat much. I'll leave a like and listen back if I can. Look at this. Fuck you, lads. I'm on Xbox. Fuck you. Not important. Nothing big talking about Liverpool. I'm going on Xbox, Baldy. Look, I'll give you your fucking like. And I'll maybe give you a listen later on. But other than that, go fuck yourself. I hear you, mate. I'm just, I'm just saying what you really meant to say. Only messing, buddy. All love and respect. You go enjoy your night. Wurzel Gummidge is the scariest show ever. The Crow Man was terrifying. Yeah, Craig, the lad, not remembering the amount of years. I still don't, honestly. 18 I remember. That part I do remember. But the wedding anniversary, I know the month, I know the date. I know how much it cost, I can tell you that much. Definitely not how much the wedding cost, but I don't know when it was. Did you get married in Dublin? We did indeed, Stephen. We got married in Dublin, and because we're not religious, we got married in the registry office. Not religious, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and get married in the church if I'm not religious, so we got married in the registry office, and then we had our wedding, what would you call it, meal, hotel-y thing, band, all that shit out in Bray in County Wicklow. Right, guys, as I said, lots of Liverpool stuff to get through. Allison gave an interview, I don't know if you've seen this as well, on the club website. He did a bit of a Q&A with the official Liverpool website. And there was one particular part of it that I pulled out that I thought I'd give a read and see what you guys think. Yeah, so here's a bit of it anyway, let me know what you think. So the question was put to him, it was another positive result for Liverpool on Saturday, 10 games into the Premier League season now. Are you on track with your objectives as a team? He said, it's a really important season for us, one with high expectations. There are already high expectations on us given our quality, and we've demonstrated this with only one defeat in the Champions League, and we're unbeaten in the Premier League, having achieved important results. So I definitely believe that we're on the right track, but it's too early to get excited. We have to keep our feet on the ground. We know it is going to be really difficult this season given the quality the other teams have and how difficult it is to win the league. We have to fight a great deal, taking it game by game and step by step to do everything to continue on the trajectory we're on at the moment. So, look, let's be honest, that's exactly what you'd expect to hear. It's almost like somebody wrote it out from word for word. Same stuff you'd hear over and over again. But one thing from any interview I've heard that I truly believe that Jurgen Klopp is putting into these players is game by game, match by match. Focus on what you can deal with. Only focus on Liverpool's games. Only focus on what Liverpool can achieve. There's no good looking over your shoulder or looking left or looking up or right, whatever, towards Manchester City because we cannot affect them. So I think Jurgen Klopp is saying that to his players. Just carry on doing what you're doing. Carry on grinding out the results. Carry on winning. I think an interview with Jurgen Klopp I heard recently, he said that again, this could be me misquoting him a little bit, but I think he said he's never been on 26 points after 10 games in the league season. So he's had a tremendous start. I think it's the joint best start we've ever had in a league season. And if we even pick up a point at the weekend against Arsenal, then that is the best start we've had in the league campaign. I'm about to put the replica "This is Anfield" above my door, says Andre. Nice. Nice. I have one on the way down the stairs, buddy. So when you're going down the stairs of my house, there's a big square, and I have it there, and I touch it on the way down because I'm that fucking cheesy. Roberto Beswick said, Man City will get thrashed by any real club of history, example Liverpool, Juventus and Barca. They're acting like it was Conor McGregor attacking their bus. Even that though. Even that, like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Exactly. A fucking few cans thrown at the bus and the door was broke. And they're whinging about it. Honest to God, they're never going to let that go. And you know, I've seen worse. I've seen their own fans do worse. I've seen videos sent to me of their own fans doing much worse. But apparently we're scumbags. Being different. You know, all the usual stuff. I don't need to say it to you. What else we got? Craig, everyone's lying down for City and Chelsea. We've just got to concentrate on our own games. We don't need help off anybody, said Paul. Paul, hope you had a good Halloween, buddy. Craig, when you get a chance, see my Facebook post on what likes to other streams. I won't give a chair. I'm not on Facebook, mate, so I can't have a look. I refuse to go near Facebook. We do have a Facebook account, but it ain't run by me, so I won't be on there, buddy. So if you send it to me on Twitter, DM it to me, I'll happily have a look at it, buddy, but I'm not a Facebook person. I fucking hate Facebook, if I'm being honest. Mickey Friars runs the Facebook account, so Mickey's the one to get in touch with anything Anfield Agenda related. Lots of love for Mickey as well for doing that. If you could get toilet rolls thrown at you Tell him to bug off. Come on, Stephen, you're better than that, mate. Come on, that's a piss poor joke. That's something that I'd come out with. That's how bad that is. X-King says, alright Craig, watching from the Czech Republic. That is class. Welcome. Great to have you with us. I hope you had a nice Halloween. And a viewer in the Czech Republic. That is brilliant. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed, buddy, don't forget to do that. And of course, drop a like on the stream. But thank you for dropping into the chat. Let me know your thoughts on any subject we're talking about. It's always great to welcome somebody new. Divock said he'll not get sold in January. And also he'll have to come on my face. Snapchat, there you go. Ferno, you're loving this coming on the face bit, aren't you? Yesterday, I mean, it was... Who was it yesterday that was coming on your face? It was Fakir, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know what's going on there, buddy. I mean, do you need to work through something? Do you need a chat? Do you know birds and the bees and all that stuff? I'm only joking, of course, mate, but what's with the come on your face part? I mean, that's twice in 2 days. They're starting to freak me out. Favourite Halloween films? Ask Connor. Haven't got a clue, mate. Don't watch them. They're not funny. I ain't watching them. Again, more subjects to get through. So, you guys are tuning in. A lot of people want to know around the Sadio Mané thing. People seem to be very worried about Sadio Mané and his contract situation. Well, you may have seen today in the Echo, there was two of the journalists in the Echo sat down and they had a bit of a tete-a-tete, is that the phrase? Back and forth about the whole situation. Nothing really came out of it. I'm just looking at my bullet points here. What did we learn from the video? Absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, they just reaffirmed that he's 2.5 years left on his deal and that the club don't really need to rush it through. There was something though that I picked up from this, and it seems mad to me, but I want to get your take on it. There's people out there, and I'm not attributing this to the Echo video, it's in no way attributed to this, but there are people out there that are trying to suggest that perhaps Mané is a little bit annoyed that Mo Salah got his contract bumped up and Bobby Firmino got his contract bumped up before the offer came to Sadio Mané. Now, I think that is absolute bullshit, but it is something that's been put out there and something that I've seen a couple of people talking about. So, let me know your take on that. I can't see it being true in any way, shape or form. It did confirm that there is 2.5 years to go on Sadio Mané's deal. And look, we know the club have open negotiations with him. That's all we know. Let's be honest, as fans, that's all we know. I don't think there's going to be a massive problem here. I think we're going to see this get done. If it doesn't get done by the time the season's over, then the club have a question to ask themselves. Do they want to let this run down a little bit more? Do they want to take a chance that they go to 18 months left or a year left on the contract? Or do they look to cash in? This is something we'll talk about in the summer, but until there's more confirmed news, until we hear anything from the contrary from either a reliable journalist or from the club itself or Sadio Mané's camp, all we could do, guys, is just sit tight and wait to see what happens. I think it'll get sorted. I really do. Paul said, I'm not religious either, Craig. Now I like you even more. I just felt, Paul, if I got married in a church, I would be a hypocrite. Not just to myself, but to other Catholics who... Or I felt as well I might be taking somebody's place who may want to get married on the same day as me in a church, and it would have meant a lot more to them. So my wife isn't really religious either, so her grandmother told us we were going to burn in hell, by the way, when we were walking down with it not being in a church. But yeah, it was good. Don't ask me when it was though, because I can't remember the year. Big Cock Divock is my favourite Halloween film, said Ferno. Mate, there is a lot of homoeroticism coming out of you. If this is your portal to announce to the world something, buddy, feel free. We're behind you 100%. Hugs, love and kisses all around. But the strange behaviour is I don't know, man. Are we on the LCD? Jamie, LCD, LSD again, lads? Some psychedelics tripping in. There's something wrong in the last couple of days. Some of this show has gone mad. Megan Donkey saying Ferno turning troll. Yeah, it's a bit weird, buddy. I don't know what's up with you. Dejan Lover and FIFA and Chill by Coppa is 90 class. I recommend watching it highly. Craig, off subject. Oh yeah, I've seen that, mate. Paul was just talking about Darren Till calling out McGregor, with Anfield being a possible venue. I don't know much about Darren Till, to be honest. I know we lost again. Was it Tyrone Woodley? I think he might have lost against when he fought for the title recently. Until that, wasn't he unbeaten in the UFC? McGregor would have to go up. Wouldn't he have to come up either Was it took at 170? So McGregor would have to go up again and he'd have to come down, I think. Does he fight above? No, if he fought Tyron Woodley, actually, he would have been fighting at 170, wouldn't he? So, I don't know. He's a big fella. That would be a big step up for McGregor. It depends what makes sense. It depends what's going to happen with Khabib next. It doesn't look like there's going to be a rematch for McGregor with Khabib. That looks fairly clear if you kind of listen to what's coming out from Dana White. And Tony Ferguson seems to be the one that deserves his shot. So I don't know, mate. Honestly, on the Conor McGregor, Darren Till in Anfield, what I'd say would be more certain to happen at Anfield is Callum Smith defending his world title. Now that's something that I'm happy to talk about at any time, because I'm praying it happens, because I really want to get over there for that fight and be part of that occasion. The Smith family in the first fight at Anfield in God knows how long. I couldn't think of a better family or a better institution of boxing in the city of Liverpool for that to happen with. So I hope it happens for the family's sake, for boxing fans' sake, and of course for Reds, who get to go and watch Callum Smith fight at Anfield. Where have we got there? Hem said, sorry, always getting to the stream a bit late. What have I missed? Nothing much, mate. Just a little bit of a chat about Alison Becker shaving his fucking beard. I know, relax, deep breaths, it's okay. I was stressed as well. I was worried. The Samson beard is gone. It's down to stubble, but he looks like a dude that could grow back quickly. So, you know, fingers crossed he'll be okay. Other than that, mate, there hasn't been too much. We've spoken a little bit about the Sadio MANÉ contract situation. Again, nothing new there. Another topic that we can talk about in a while is the Aaron Ramsey thing. Aaron Ramsey has been told today by Arsenal, maybe it was today, yesterday, it was out today in Sky anyway, that Aaron Ramsey has been told in no uncertain terms by Arsenal that he will not be offered a new contract and that he'll be allowed to go at the end of the season. What do you guys think? Would you like to see Aaron Ramsey at Liverpool? What type of a wage would he command? What type of a signing on fee? So much to talk about. I know we spoke about Aaron Ramsey before. It's a question people have put to me on a few occasions. And look, I do like the guy. I do. It will come down to numbers for me, and it will come down to if it would cost us getting somebody else. I mean, if you're saying to me from a fan's perspective, do I want Aaron Ramsey or do I want Nabil Fekir, then where do I sign for Nabil Fekir? Because from a fan's perspective, as long as the club can afford the player, I don't really give a fuck what they pay. I just want the best player in that position for Liverpool Football Club. So if I know that Liverpool can afford to go and spend 50, 60 million quid on Nabil Fekir against getting a free transfer for Aaron Ramsey, look, we say free transfer, it's not a free transfer. He's going to command a hefty signing on fee and he's going to be on a massive wage. I still want Nabil Fekir because I think he's a better player. So for me, it'd be easy to say yes, I take him at the club. A lot of people will jump on it and say, oh, free contract, definitely take him. But would it really be? I mean, you have to think long term on this. We'd have to see, would it be stopping us from bringing in somebody else that may fill the position a little bit better? Megan Unke said, nice top, Craig. Always like the Argentina top. So have I. I think it's my third or fourth Argentina shirt. I have the away one as well. I can't remember how much I got them for, but it wasn't expensive. They're over in America. I think it was about $40 each, $45, something like that. Is MANÉ actually leaving? I think we've just covered that one. So far behind on the chat, guys, excuse me. Cheeky offer in January for Aaron Ramsey, said Connor. Offer him Nat Phillips on loan. Better than that share of shit they call a backline. Connor is not holding back. He's not holding back the punches tonight, good man. Niall said, I'd like Ramsey for free, but we don't really need him. Arsenal confirmed Guendouzi has been banned for the Liverpool game. Would he have played? I don't know, is he in their starting 11 that often? I don't really pay much attention to Arsenal because why the fuck would I? They're Arsenal. He was sent off tonight, wasn't he? Was it for 2 yellows or was it a straight red? I think it was 2 yellows. I remember just glancing at the score. Craig, if he's on a free, I'd sign Ramsey plus the 2 lads from Dortmund. With or without Guendouzi, we'll beat them, said Andre. And I'm with you, mate. We'll definitely beat them. I'm very confident going in. Goatee coming on, Craig. Watch the cat, don't lick it off. No, this is just because I haven't had a chance to shave my head nor my face today, buddy, because I got home late and I wanted to get on here because it was already running past 10 o'clock. Ramsey is not Fekir, said Dirty Girl. Damn right. Damn fucking right. Sean Lund said, no, I personally wouldn't take him. Conor McGregor won't get penalties if he raffles at Anfield. Bring on Ramos and then throw them down in the pit, said Rod. How cool, Callum coming on the pitch with the belt, what a reception. I fucking love that family, mate. I do have so much respect for the Smith family for so many reasons. For the boxing, for what they do to spread the word about autism and autism awareness. Just because they're damn nice people as well. And of course they're Scousers and they support the Reds. So many reasons to like the Smith family. Midfield 3 for the weekend, Sean Lunt said. James Milner, Fabinho and Gino Wijnaldum for me, Sean. But do let me know yours, mate. Connor will spark him out, said Fun Gamer, with regard to the fight against Darren Till. The other one people were talking about was Khabib against that new guy, the guy that was traded with Mighty Mouse. I can't remember what his name is. Askin, is it? Is it Paul Askin or something like that? That was a mad trade, actually. Was that the first one that's ever happened in MMA? Where they traded like one player from one roster to another. So we came from one to UFC. Actually, do you know what? I say I know nothing about UFC, but I'm actually surprised by how much I've picked up over the past few weeks. And when it gets to the intricacies of inside the cage, that's a different thing. I'm way behind on that one. Not read that one. New chant. Teams are jealous. The fans cry like fools. They shout like stupid. I'm gonna say they shout like stupid chants like annoying idiots. They shout their stupid chants like annoying idiots. They're just glory hunters and they come from Liverpool. Yeah, that's not going to catch on, mate. Far too much 18-18-7. This just never catching on. Never. There's far too much work involved in 18-18-18-7-7-7-7-5-5-5. That's gone over my head already. No to Ramsey, said Anthony Peters. Again, no disrespect, Liverpool legends. Maybe I'm just reading that wrong. Just seems like a bit of a weird chant to me. Cheeky offer in January, we've done that one. Lars has joined us. Lars, how are you? Great to have you with us, buddy. Our very own Viking has joined. How are you, Lars? Much better out there, said Brian Morrissey, with regards to Aaron Ramsey. Leon Osmond said Pickford, Coleman and Sigurdsson would get in the Reds team at the moment. Has he lost his marbles or is he on drugs? You decide, said Anthony Peters. Pickford would not get near our team. Coleman wouldn't get into our team. Very good footballer. Obviously I really rate Seamus Coleman. And Sigurdsson is a decent player, but he's not getting in our team either. So again, just more nonsense from the Blues. Will said, not sure about Ramsey. May not suit our style, but there's no doubting his quality. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he does end up, because he is a very good footballer and he would be a good addition to any squad in the Premier League. Or would he perhaps become one of the growing list of players who leave England, who go and play outside the country? We've seen that happen a little bit more, mainly with younger players though, in the past couple of seasons, but it's certainly happening more and more. One more little piece of news from Liverpool Football Club today, guys, and this was something I actually thought was really fucking cool, and it may have slipped past many of you. I put a post out on social media about it and nobody seemed to really give a shit about the post, so yeah, so here goes anyway. So the club have announced today there's a brand new addition to Anfield, and some of you may have heard about this. It's called the Cop Bar. So if you guys have been to Anfield, and I'm sure a lot of you have, if you haven't, maybe you've seen a lot of pictures and stuff. So where the old club store used to be, the club store obviously has been rebuilt and is just beside the stadium now. It's a fantastic new club mega store, it's huge. But anyway, where the old club store used to be, at the Cop end, they have now turned that into the Cop Bar. So for all Liverpool's away games, I'm actually going to read it out so I don't give you the wrong information. You can watch the Reds trip to the Gunners in the brand new bar, which opens 2 hours before kickoffs and will close 2 hours after the final whistle. Entry is free, and with a capacity for 700 people, there's plenty of space to comfortably enjoy the game with friends, family and fellow supporters, with a wide range of drinks and snacks available to purchase. Over the summer, the old retail store in the stand was transformed into the Cop Bar, which for home fixtures features live music and large screen TVs showing previous Liverpool games and the day's pre-match build-up. So there you go, the Cop, a bar inside the stadium. Great place to go if you're around, if you're in Liverpool and you're over there for the weekend and the Reds are away, but you want to go and maybe have a bit of atmosphere. Head up to the stadium, go to the Cop Bar, brand new. I think it's a really good thing. I wonder how the local pubs feel about it, how the local boozers feel about it. And let's be honest, on a match day there's probably more than enough business for everybody, but yeah, another good piece of business I think by the club. getting more people into the stadium in whatever form. Look, I know it may be different getting people in there to being inside the actual stadium. And I wonder on match days if people are going to be allowed inside there when the game is on. That would be really interesting if they could have people inside there as well. So if you can't perhaps get into the stadium but we're at home, you're in the Kop in some way, shape or form. You get to watch the game on the TVs or whatever, surrounded by other Liverpool fans. It could be the next best thing. I don't know, it's not quite the Kop, but I think it's another good move by the club, and a good use of the space that used to be the club shop. So again, let me know what you guys think about that one. Moreno will go in January, said Megan Nonke. Ben Askram, he's got some mouth on him, said Paul. Not sure about RAMSEY, may not suit our style. A lot of people saying hello to Lars as well. Love that. I love how you guys look after each other on here. We do not need RAMSEY. Imagine if you went to Spurs though, said Liverpool legend. Actually, do you know what? Now that you mention that, he does seem a bit of a Spurs signing. The only thing there is the wage structure. I just don't know if Spurs could do that. But if they gave him a big enough signing on fee and kept him on a reasonable wage, perhaps. Interesting, but look, we know money is tight at Spurs at the minute. They've had to borrow, was it 260 odd million quid, so that puts them around 600 million pound in the hole on the stadium. Well, watching the stream, I'm singing Penny Lane from the Beatles, said Ben. There you go. Now you're after putting it in my head, mate. Thank you. Now that's going to be stuck in my head all evening. And I don't even like the Beatles. I could hear people going, you don't like the fucking Beatles? Nah, I don't. My wife likes them. They're not my cup of tea. But yeah, Shah Kara, I love Oasis. I know it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense that I love Oasis and hate the Beatles. Particularly when they're modelled on the Beatles. I know, I'm weird. It is what it is. Who's going to leave in January? Transfer from Liverpool, do you think? Lazar Markovic, Divock Origi. Maybe Divock Origi if the club can get the money for him. Nobody else probably that I can think of off the top of my head. Unless of course some of the kids or some of the younger players go out on loan. At least Ramsey knows where the net is, said Sean Lunt. If MANÉ does leave, which I don't want him to, maybe we should look at Leon Bailey or Sarr, maybe Nicolas Pepe. I think I read that one right, said Louis. Leon Bailey from Leverkusen looks like an excellent player. Moreno will go in January, said Meganonki. Will you be streaming on Saturday? No, mate, I won't this week. My wife told me that the show we were going to was on the 7th of November. So I thought that was next Tuesday or something like that. So I thought nothing of it. Then we looked at the tickets a couple of days ago and she realised that it's actually on Saturday. So I'm going to miss the Arsenal game. I won't even get to watch the fucking game. That's how annoyed I'm going to be. I'm going to have to catch some highlights of it when I get home, which really upsets me because I haven't missed a Liverpool game in I don't know how long. But as I said, it is our 18-year anniversary this week. She got tickets to a show. I have to go. So unfortunately, I won't be streaming the match this week. So there won't be a watch along for the Arsenal game. I apologise sincerely for that one, guys. I'm going to try and get on when I get home from the show. Maybe 11 when I get home. It could be even later. I don't know. I'll try and get on. I'll try my best. But yeah, I do apologise. It's really frustrating me that I can't get a watch along sorted out for the Arsenal game. But, you know, I might as well be honest, let you guys know in advance so nobody's let down on the day. We're at bar sitting for Ramsey a year or two ago, said Connor. It's hard to say, isn't it, buddy? Because sometimes when a player is trying to renegotiate a deal or get an improved contract at Arsenal or any club in the Premier League, their agent leaks something to the media that Barca are in for them, Real Madrid are in for them, just to try and, you know, get a bit of interest in the player, get his name out in the media and kind of force the club's hand a little bit. Whether they were or not, I honestly can't remember. The Cop Bar said Fun Gamer, you can watch away games and home games, it said, according to that. Will, I thought it was away games as well, but yeah, home games as well apparently. Let me just read back on that. Entry is free, capacity for 700 people, there's plenty of space, comfortably enjoy the game with friends, family and fellow supporters. What else was there? You can watch the Reds trip to the Gunners, blah blah blah. Shown blah, blah, blah. Over the summer, the old retail store and the stand was transformed into the Cop Bar, which for home fixtures features live music and large screen TV showing previous Liverpool games and the day's pre-match build-up. So yeah, there you go, on home games as well. 700 people, said Rod. How many barmaids? Probably none, mate. I'd say it's probably get your ass up to the bar and queue. And pictures galore will be the order of the day, I'd say. I'd love to know how much the points are going to be as well. That would be interesting. Will said, don't forget to hit that like button, guys, and please do. The number of likes on the streams has flown back up lately. Still haven't reached the 100 that we used to get on every stream. So if you have a second there, guys, please do hit the like button on the stream. It only takes a second. And of course, if anyone's watching and they haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. All the content on Anfield Agenda is free and always will be. So no reason not to subscribe. All these Arsenal fans on Twitter are actually funny. They think they'll beat us. We've already beaten the French champions, drew with City. Their defence is worse than our 2016 defence. Look, let's be fair. I suppose, be fair to them. They probably are on a bit of a high at the minute. They probably do feel a little bit invincible having gone on this winning streak that they're on, and they deserve credit for that one. I just think we're a better team, as I'm sure you do. If you look at the players man for man, I think we come out handily on top. Now, they are at home, so they do have that going for them, but I think, like we say earlier on, styles make fights when it comes to fighters, and Arsenal, Liverpool always tend to match up well for Liverpool, so I'm going into the game confident. I think the Reds can get the 3 points. Yeah, I think most people agree as well. I've seen a lot of arrogance from Liverpool fans on social media, and I mean arrogance in a nice way. I'm not trying to put them down for that one. Just a lot of people with the belief that Liverpool can go to the Emirates and leave with 3 points on Saturday, and I'm one of those people. Spurs knew what they were letting themselves in for, said Stephen Richards. Of all our best players, I think MANÉ has the least unique skill set, so therefore is the most easily replaced. Bailey, for example. Any thoughts, lads and ladies? Asks Brian Morrissey. It's tough to say. Look, if we had to lose one of that front three, I'm probably with you, Brian. I'm probably of the mindset that MANÉ would be the easiest to replace, although I have to reiterate, I don't want Sadio Mane going anywhere. I don't want any of our front three going anywhere. If anything, I want to add a fourth so we can have a good backup to that front three. We have Ryan Russo there, we've got Daniel Sturridge, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I do agree, if one of those had to be pulled away right now and we'd no choice, then I would probably say yes, Sadio Mane would probably be the one we could look to replace more easily. Bobby Firmino is almost irreplaceable with what he does, and Mo Salah with the level he's getting to, you know, again, same thing. So I agree with you, Brian. Not loving the Beatles is like a Halloween nightmare all by itself, said Paul. Look, I'm honest, mate. I told you guys I'll always be honest. Not a Beatles fan. Yeah, just don't like the music. It's far too hippie-ish for my liking. I'm not much of a hippie type of kind of love, and you know, you guys know what fucking hippies are. He's trying to explain hippies to you like you're all idiots. Will said, Spurs borrow money to finish their stadium is becoming quite entertaining now. Chuckled to myself when I heard about it, not gonna lie. Yeah, a lot of people are saying basically RIP Spurs to an extent. We spoke about it yesterday, Will. If you're a Spurs fan right now, you're looking at the 11 players that you have gone out in the field, you're thinking that's a pretty good team. That's probably the best Spurs team we've had in many, many years. You look at the manager and you go, Pochettino, excellent manager, got us playing good football. Well done. So in that sense, looks good. Then you add into that equation, moving into a new stadium, securing the long-term future of the club, deal with the NFL, good chairman, all that stuff looks really bright. But then you have to think about the practicalities of it. Last summer, they weren't able to strengthen. There was no money there. The club's after overrunning in the cost of the stadium. They won't be able to really add to this best team that they have, and they can tie down their players to new deals all they want. They're going to need that fresh blood, and will they be able to stay up there and compete? Will they be able to keep the manager if he has his hands tied behind his back with regards to transfer fees? There's already talk of Real Madrid being interested in him. Yeah, it's good times at Spurs on paper, but the practicalities of it, I'd be a little bit worried if I was a Spurs fan. But the long-term future of the club is probably in a much healthier place, although with £600 million worth of debt. Craig, you're more Cambiasso on the shirt tonight, said Paul. No, I'm taking Varane. One Sebastian Varane is much nicer. I'm having him. Yeah, so we'll take Varane, Paul. We already had Varane. We settled on Varane. You can't call me Cambiasso now. We've already settled on one Sebastian Varane. Love Lennon but not Macca, said Megan Donkey. The Beatles are great. How can you not like them? But I think it might be nostalgic for me. That's why I love them. With you on that one, Craig. Not a Beatle fan either. Prefer Oasis, says Tom. What have we got? Malcolm and Dembele are quality and would be good additions to the squad. Well, Malcolm signed for... Didn't he sign for Barcelona? So he ain't going anywhere. Dembele, again, I don't know. Lots of talk of Ousmane Dembele. Is he going to leave Barcelona? I don't know. Will somebody pay the money Barcelona want? Because they had to pay a ridiculous sum to get him. Again, it's going to be interesting to see. Everybody thought in the summer he was going to move on because they thought Griezmann was going to go to Barcelona. That fell on its arse. Barcelona were caught a little bit short. Real Madrid had their pants pulled down this summer to an extent as well. They moved on Cristiano Ronaldo and they weren't really able to bring in that Galactico that they wanted. They got Courtois. Yeah, great, decent goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper to be fair, but it's not the Galactico. It's not somebody that they wanted like a Kylian Mbappe or a Neymar. Even though I don't fucking rate Neymar, you guys know I think he's an absolute show pony. And he's been doing a lot of talking lately about how much he admires Messi and how he's his footballing idol. So maybe he's trying to smooth the waters over for a move back to Barca again. Will Daz be back for Saturday? I have no idea. I haven't spoken to him, as I said yesterday. Haven't had a chance to speak to him today either, so I don't know is the honest answer, mate. But YouTube is certainly a worse place without having Daz on it, because you guys know we love Daz. He's the second best Liverpool YouTube channel out there. You guys know who the best are. You're here, you know. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a big up here, or us, me and Connor, a little bit of a big up. But you know we love Daz. Craig, you look like you have a fever or bad lungs, so you must stay home to the game, said Lars. I'd love to, mate, but he's one of my favourite comedians, Kevin Bridges. It's our 4th time seeing him. I'm looking forward to it, if the truth be told. Ben said, I'm 13 and I love the Beatles. How is that possible? Sorry for shouting. Maybe it's passed on to your parents, mate. Are your parents fans of the Beatles? I know that's how my wife liked the Beatles. Her mum and dad listened to them, so perhaps your parents passed on some good musical knowledge to you. I don't know. Ramsey has a great agent, said Brian. I saw somewhere that Fabinho was on a shortlist as a Busquets replacement for Barca. He played just 2 games for us. Well, Barcelona can go and fuck right off, Andre, because it ain't happening. They can draw up all the lists that they want of shortlists and players that they want to replace Busquets. At the end of the day, they're not getting Fabinho anytime soon. We paid, was it £40 million for him this summer. As you said, he's only just settling in. And the club aren't idiots. They're not going to let him go that quickly. So, you know, no. They've more chance of getting Henderson. And maybe 150 million we might let Henderson go. Possibly. Pirlo has included the Reds in his top 4 or 5 teams to win the Champions League this season. Damn right. We're in the final last year. He has to. We've only improved since then as well, buddy. Hit the like button or Adam Bogdan is staying, according to Ferno. See, there you go. That's the Ferno we all like coming back. The normal Ferno. Will said, let's be honest, Arsenal haven't exactly played the Barcelonas and Manchester Cities on their winning run, but fair play to them. Craig, what's your prediction for Arsenal versus Liverpool? The starting lineup. Starting lineups, I think I've said it about 10 times, so probably we push that one away and we'll talk about it a little bit closer to the game. Shallow TG, if that's okay, buddy. 3-1 though for score prediction to the Reds for me on that one. What's up, Craig? Only back in. Was at a bonfire, no sign of the Garda. Well, that's, you know, thumbs up there. Had to explain to my daughter earlier on that we were up in Dublin and there was a couple of young lads floating around with shopping trolleys full of wood and they were stashing them in the bushes, you know, as you do. And she was saying, what the fuck are they doing? Because as I said to you guys last night, down here where I live, kind of more in the country, there's no bonfires. So my daughter doesn't really understand this shit. So I was explaining to her that basically they're stashing it. So as the last minute before the bonfire starts, the council or the guards coming around can't nick the firewood off them or take it back. Sometimes you stash it in people's back gardens, sometimes you stash it in bushes. Then there's a last minute run around, everybody gets the shit, stacks up, lights the bonfire, job's a good one. Craig, is that your Halloween dress up, says Lars. Yeah, I'm Juan Sebastian Veron. I mean, I think I pulled it off clearly. Lennon was the best Beatle, said Megan Unke. Hippies are communists without jobs, said Cass Strength. There you go. 3 huggers, said Megan Unke. There you go. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who's not very fond of hippies. Nothing against them. Not by all means, live and let live. I'm just Somebody that's a little bit more regimented in what I do in life, because I need to be. Early Beatles were hippie-ish, pre-LSD. They were just a brilliant band, said Lee. Or they weren't Beatle or hippie-ish, excuse me. What's the point of hugging a tree when it won't hug you back? Don't know, mate. I don't know. That is the eternal question. I'm quite surprised Christian Eriksen is still at Spurs, said Cameron. He's a very good footballer. He really is. Dele Alli signed a new deal as well. Harry Kane signed a new deal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're in this weird position where maybe they're going to have to sell one of the big stars and give Pochettino a chance to maybe reinvest in 2 or 3 more players who they could perhaps get back up to that level. Something we've seen Liverpool do quite well. Craig, when you grow your Mohican, you'll be Arturo Vidal or Arthur Vidal. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Again, love that. Not getting them shitty neck tattoos that he has, but yeah, definitely like that idea. Love Elvis, but sorry, the Beatles were a class act as well. Would you guys take James Rodriguez as a Fekir alternative if we can't get Fekir? Not for me, mate. Again, good player, but I don't know. I just don't know if he's the player, if you get me. Fekir just seems like the player for me in the system that we play. Rodriguez, is it just me or has he picked up a lot of injuries over the years? Small little injuries that keeps him out. I could be getting that one completely wrong, but nah, not for me. I'd much rather Fekir. MANÉ has got to stay. It's getting to the norm now. We sell a top player every season. Only Public would replace Sadio in my eyes. Only Pulisic, excuse me, would replace Sadio in my eyes. We didn't sell one last summer, mate, so that was good from the club sense. All we did was strengthen last year, but I get where you're coming from, and it has to stop at some stage. You can't go on selling your best players and want to be at the top table of football. You just can't do it. Dembele and Malcolm both unhappy at their clubs and want a January move to start playing regularly. I'd say now, Roma fans must look at that whole Malcolm thing and go, he can go and fuck himself. Them poor fellas were waiting at the fucking airport for him to show up, and he's like, nah, divert this motherfucker to Barcelona, I'm going there. And now he has the cheek to moan that he's not happy. Serves him right, go fuck him. Neymar's linked for a move to Real Madrid, only reason he left Barca for PSG. Yeah, but it looks like that's switching back around, Tom. Originally I would have agreed with you 100% and said that that is why he moved, to get that 1-2 step back to Real Madrid instead of getting a straight move from Barca. But just the way he's been talking lately, I don't know if he is trying to smooth the water over perhaps for a move back to Barcelona. There's no way that he's going to start talking about Messi being so brilliant and being the best player in the world, and then, you know, in the next breath want to go to Real. It just doesn't add up. Players are usually a bit more clued up than that, a little bit more smart. Now look, he's right in what he's saying. I mean, he's absolutely right that Neymar or that Messi is the fucking best. He's no doubt about it. He's right. I'll give him that one. I don't give him much credit, but he is right. We had this conversation yesterday. A lot of people are Cristiano Ronaldo, but I'm definitely in the Leo Messi camp. Craig, do you think we should have the front three press very high to put maximum pressure on Arsenal's defence, or should they stay in midfield? It's a tough call, Rod, because it's going to be a fast start to the game. Arsenal are going to be up for the home. They're going to try and get up in our faces, and if we try and press them high up as well, it could work. It could expose us and leave gaps. Is it perhaps better for us to sit back a little bit at the start and try and let them press onto us, play around that press, and then give our forward space in behind? Maybe, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the latter is more likely. Arsenal being the home team will try and get in the front foot. Liverpool will, you know, hold the high line, and then Arsenal will press Liverpool when we're in possession. It's up to us then to get around that press, or we may see happen what has happened quite a lot of long diagonal balls over the Arsenal full-back's head or the centre-back's head towards Mo Salah or Sadio Mane. Senior El Flamo said, do whatever it takes to sign the new deal with Mane. He fits perfectly in the Klopp system. Great pace, control of the ball, dribbling and goals. Don't understand what the fuck you guys are talking about. Again, if you don't understand what we're talking about, I don't understand how you're confused me. We've clearly said nobody wants him to leave. but he is the most replaceable skill set of the front three that we have. Great pace, you said. True. Great control of the ball. Absolutely not true, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's got some of his touches can be fairly fucking shocking. Dribbling and goals, yes. Nobody's saying they want him to leave, but would you rather Mo Salah leave or would you rather Bobby Firmino leave? And the equation that we're talking about, we had to get rid of one of the three in this conversation. So nobody wants him to leave. Nobody's wishing him out. Everybody wants him to stay. But of the front three, surely you'd have to say that he is the one with the easiest replaceable skill set of those three. I don't see how you could say anybody else. Bobby Firmino, we know, is completely unreplaceable for what he brings to the team. Mo Salah is a better player than Sadio Mane. Plus, he's not even getting to his peak yet. Plus, he scored 46 goals last year. His value was just going up and up and up. So, for me, it would be an easy choice. But again, nobody wants him to leave. Craig, none of my family like the Beatles. I'm the only one. Well, my mum likes the song Hey Jude. I mean, everybody has to like. Even I like that song. Andre said, Liverpool, Juve, Barca and City for the Champions League would be a great semis. I saw a Twitter account ask Liverpool fans asking if he would take Dembele at Liverpool. It was 50-50. I'm surprised. I'll take Dembele at Liverpool, but I don't think it would happen. I mean, I take him, Louis. Don't get me wrong. I take him, no problem. But it's the amount of money that I would question. Again, if we had to pay 150 million for Dembele, I think we could reinvest that money a lot better than one Ousmane Dembele. But if it was just from a first 11 point of view or having him in the squad, then who wouldn't want him? He's a very good footballer and he's still to be moulded even more, and Klopp would certainly, I think, push him on that little bit extra. Liverpool Dortmund Champions League final for Cameron. I'd love that as well. Said Ferno said he'd love that. I would love that as a final. Them to knock out Manchester City over 2 legs in the semis, and us to knock out Real, and then Dortmund Liverpool final. Oh, that'd be fucking brilliant. Robin Firewood for Halloween was golden. We used to live, where I lived in Shankill, there was a place called the Box Factory. Basically they made pallets and stuff like that. So I think you can imagine what the locals were doing there at Halloween time, mate. There was a little wall that you could get over into there as well. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Dembele is a disgrace player. His behaviour at Dortmund was fucking disgraceful. Said dirty girl. It was. He disappeared. He basically went on strike and didn't show up. He's not the first footballer to do it though, and he probably won't be the last. But yeah, that doesn't make it right. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Craig, I'm sorry for getting the chat back to the Beatles. Ben, buddy, don't worry about it. It's all good. We're family in here. We'll talk about whatever. All good. Love Dortmund, but they're not good enough for the top 4 of the Champions League, says Andre. I see Ramos has been instrumental in Real getting rid of the manager. Can he be more repulsive? No, probably not, Paul. You're right. He's a cunt. He's the cunt's cunt, as we said yesterday. Yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. Thankfully, that prick's career is winding down now, so we're going to have to look at him for a few more years, and then hopefully he'll fuck off and become irrelevant. I'm a Beyonce fan, said Fun Gamer. No, sorry. I'm reading that like I'm a Beyonce fan, and I'm like, I don't think you're ready for this journey. But what he's really saying is, I'm a bounce, Craig. I'll see you later. So there you go. That's the old person in me, not realising that. Have a good time, mate. Talk to you soon. Apologies for announcing to the world that you were suddenly a Beyonce fan. Would like a Liverpool versus Bayern Munich Champions League final, said Megan Nonke. What else we got? Ben, you're heading off as well, buddy. I will talk to you soon. Enjoy school tomorrow, mate. Not that that's ever possible, but look, I have to say, because it's the polite thing to say. Let's all think for a moment about Fekir, who's probably drawing Liverpool logos out when he's injured. Poor guy, hope his dream comes true. Okay, I'm reading this one before I read it out. I'm reading it in my head because... Oh, there you go. Okay, that's okay. I was reading it through and I didn't know where you were going with this one, Lars. So Lars has said, a blue whale's vagina is so deep that it can easily fit 5 or 6 men in it, making it the world's 2nd biggest cunt after Sergio Ramos. I like that, mate. I very, very much like that. Thank you. I didn't know where you were going with it at first, Lars. When I read it, I thought to myself, what the fuck is this I'm talking about whale gee for? But, I mean, you got there in the end, mate. You made me laugh, so well in. I hope Wenger goes to Real Madrid or Bayern. I felt sorry for him when he was booted out of Arsenal after what he did for the club. If he does, then I'd love it if he won the Champions League. After we win it, of course. I was thinking that earlier on today about Wenger. There's been very little talk of him in the Real Madrid job that I've seen. Yeah, it's very strange. A manager of his calibre, even if it was just to steady the ship for a while, you would think that Real Madrid would be certainly interested in talking to him. They wouldn't have to give him any compensation. Whether he'd want to come in on a short-term deal, I don't know. But look, as you said, he probably did deserve better at Arsenal Football Club. That's not really for us to say. We look at it from the outside and we see what he did for the club, but Arsenal fans did have to put up with some of the same stuff over and over again. So, I don't know. I respect the hell out of the guy. He's a fantastic manager. Can't do with Jacket for shit though, but other than that, I hope MANÉ stays, said Louis. As do I, mate. I think as does all of us, to be fair. None of us here want MANÉ to leave. Is Iker Muniain another Aspas in the skies, said Facility Time. The funny thing about Aspas is he's back doing really well for Celta Vigo in La Liga, so maybe he's just one of them players, and maybe that's what you're getting at, that he's just a Spanish League player. Iker Muniain, I don't know. As I said, when he was younger, and I know he's not old now, but when he was younger, he was touted to be one of the next massive things in world football, and that big move hasn't quite happened for him yet. I don't know. So the honest answer is I don't know if he's another Iago Aspas. Leo Messi all day long. Best player of his era, said LFC_5. Liverpool need Fekir. We must get Fekir, said Dirty Girl. Messi is the greatest ever human to kick a ball, said Ferno. Yes, I agree. Although look, I suppose it is hard for us to say when you're talking about Maradona and other players. I caught some of Maradona's career, the tail end, so probably not the peak of his career. Stephen, good night mate, I'll talk to you soon. Breaking: Liverpool, Arsenal and PSG are interested in 25-year-old Watford midfield, Abdoulaye Doucouré. PSG are considering making an offer despite FFP regulations. Coming via RMC Sport. I don't know, mate. What do you think? Do we need another midfielder? I don't know. Let me know what you think of Doucouré. I don't really know much about the dude, if I'm being honest. Haven't watched that much of Watford outside a match of the day and keeping an eye on the results. Andre still trying to make the world believe that Ronaldo's a better player than Messi. Yeah, he's not, but as you said, we'll move on to the next thing. Paul, I hope everything's okay, mate, and talk to you soon. Why would we need Doucouré when we've got Fabinho, said Andre. Craig, my support is Real. I have school tomorrow and I'm here, lol. Oh, my support is real. Sorry, mate. Again, talking about Madrid a second ago, my head went. It's great to have you here, mate, but don't put yourself out. I mean, if you're tired, you gotta go for school, buddy. Go get that rest. School is more important than Anfield Agenda. Plus, unlike school, you can play us back later on. Lara said, Subby, I have a wife in bed and I'm here, so I'm real support as well. There you go. And we do appreciate it, guys. We do appreciate you guys taking the time to come on here. Is there any more subjects you want us to talk about tonight? I think I've gone through everything on my little list. There hasn't been too much happening. Just counting down, really, aren't we, to the game of the weekend. It's Wednesday now. 3 more sleeps until the game. Is that right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 3 more sleeps until the game. And I'm very confident. I think the Reds can go there and get 3 points, end that Arsenal winning streak. I'm sure you guys agree. Would a point be okay? Would anybody be happy with a point? Or would everybody feel that a point is just not good enough when the race is what it is at Manchester City? When you're trying to keep parity, when you're trying to go and win that Premier League, as I said last night, I think you really do need to go and get 3 points. 3 points isn't anything other than what we need. I mean, if Manchester City were going to Arsenal, you'd expect Manchester City to leave with the 3 points. I reacted on the easily replaceable comment without hearing the whole context. Good to hear we're on the same page. MANÉ for the stay. Oh, absolutely, Mr. El Flamo. We all are senior El Flamo. We all love MANÉ. Nobody wants him to go. He's fantastic. I mean, we've got the best front 3 in the world, and I want them all to stay at the club. Anfield Agenda is more important than school, said Furno. You can always repeat school, but you can't repeat the live banter, said Connor. I mean, there you go. This is the school of hard knocks. You're learning something on here. Probably what not to do in life, but you're still learning something. We can't be aiming for a point. Man City will barely drop any points this season. We need the 3 points. On that though, you're right, by the way, Furno. I'm not disagreeing that it's going to be tough to see them dropping many points, but even we have to stop putting them on a pedestal. We just have to. And to do that, I agree with Klopp. We just have to not focus on them and just focus on what Liverpool are doing. All we can do is concentrate on our games every week, trying to pick up as many points as we can, taking it 1 week at a time, all the old cliches. Keeping an eye on Manchester City won't do us any good. We'll just drive ourselves mad. When, obviously we're going to look at the league table. We're not fucking idiots here, but we can't be worrying about if we drop 2 points and they're never going to drop any points, and things will play out as they may. All we can do is hope for the Reds to get the win each week. If we drop 2 points or if we pick up a draw away at Arsenal, that's not going to be the end of the world. So don't write us off. That's all I'm saying. Just let these weeks play out. Manchester City have a derby coming up soon enough against United. Who knows? United stuffed them last year in the derby, so you never know. They could drop points there again. Do we need a big crouchy-like striker as a plan B? Asks Tom Boland. As I said before, mate, I'm a great believer in something Guardiola said a while ago, that if plan A doesn't work, you just readjust plan A and go again. I'm one of those. I'm really, really fucking pig-headed when it comes to stuff like that, so I wouldn't like to see us just lump a ball up to a striker. If we play a certain brand of football, I think little tweaks to that, if things aren't working, is better than a massive change, a wholesale change to what we do. Just don't see it working. How many times, if you look at the centre backs going up at the end of the games and stuff like that, how many times does it work? Them long balls into the box at the end of the games. And saying that, and I don't know if this has anything to do with centre backs, has anybody ever noticed the amount of fucking 90th minute goals in Serie A? It's ridiculous. Honestly, if you don't believe me, look at tonight's games in Serie A, look at AC Milan's game. Look back at the weekend and check for a few 90th minute goals, and look for next weekend as well. There's fucking shit tons of 90th minute goals, or 90th minute plus injury time goals in Serie A. It's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking loads of them. Obviously, as a gambler, these are the type of patterns I look for, but it's mad. There's so many late goals. The Curé is a good player. He plays in Fabinho's role and is a central midfielder, said Louis. Cool heads please, said Rod. A draw would be disappointing, to be honest. We're better than Arsenal. We need to go and show it, said Brian. We are better than Arsenal, you're right. I'm with you, fully with you, and we do need to go and show it. All I'm trying to say, I suppose, is that whenever, if we do get a draw, and it might not be this weekend, we could well win. We just can't write ourselves off. We can't just say, oh well, that's it, Manchester City are 2 points ahead of us, let's just pack it all up and go home. Because our fans, again, not on here, because mainly we're sane people, but some people on social media platforms will go absolutely apeshit the day Manchester City go a point ahead of us. That'll be it. We might as well give up. Just give them the league title and pack up. Watch it happen. Shaqiri will finish off Arsenal in the 87th minute, said Rod. The Oracle, the White Bunny, the Bunny Rabbit has said so. So there you go. You can take that to the bank. Brian said Arsenal are shite at the back. Decore plays better as a centre mid, said Louis. Even at that, it's an attacking midfielder we need. So we're pretty much covered, I think, in midfield positions. So let PSG have them. We might get Rabiot on a free. That'd be nice. I say on a free, there really is no such thing as a free. Suso's performing really well for AC Milan, said Louis. I said last night, he said he's got unfinished business, and I can't remember if he said it's with the Premier League or with Liverpool, but he did say something about unfinished business in English football. Suso, great technical abilities, but absolutely no speed, said Andre. Rod said, control Ozil and Aubameyang and Arsenal disappear. Well, look, Ozil could fucking disappear all on his own, Rod, because he shows up a handful of times a season. Don't get the love for that man. I just don't. He would frustrate me to no end if he was a Liverpool player, and thank fuck he isn't. The Curre is a world class player playing at a shit club. He could play for any club. His next club will be a big one. The term world class, we really do throw that around a lot as football fans, don't we? I suppose it just goes on, like, do we talk, are we going world class and then are we going elite? I suppose maybe I'm being a bit harsh on the phrase world class. Connor said, I was looking at our next 9 league games last night and I fully expect us to get 27 points. Just can't see us dropping points in them. I looked over the same. Was it... Again, I want to give credit. I could just say I looked them up, but I'd be lying because I'm too fucking lazy to do that. What's the guy's name? One of the fuckers that runs one of the big accounts put them up. What's his name? Oliver Bond. There you go. I want to be fair and give credit. Oliver Bond, I've seen posted up the 9 games, and I'm with you, Connor. I think anything less than 25 and I'd be really disappointed. We should be looking to take 25 out of that 27. Again, guys, last shout out, don't forget to hit that like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. Only takes a second. And if you haven't subbed and you're new to the channel, or you're watching and you're just giving us a try and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, well, please do that as well. We're heading towards 4.5k, which in my eyes means we're heading towards 5k, which was the season tally that we were looking for the whole season. So thank you to everyone that subscribed. Our numbers are steady growing, but that's only because of you guys. But don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All content is free. Job's done. And now Connor can't give out to me because I've said it. I've forgotten it a couple of times, and he does moan at me when I don't give out an L pitch for a like or a follow, or a subscribe. So sorry, a follow. I'm on the wrong fucking platform here. Talking follows. Next I'll be asking you to retweet stuff. What else have we got? Oh, so what I did say, Connor, you're on there now. I don't know if you've heard me say this to the guys before. Myself and Connor will be starting a new podcast. When I say new podcast, as I've said before, I don't mean we're packing this shit up and going elsewhere. Myself and Connor will be doing the new podcast as part of Anfield Agenda. Now, I don't want to give away the name of the podcast and I don't want to give away too much about it, but what I'll say is it's not all going to be 100% Liverpool focused. We're going to be talking to people that we find interesting, about subjects that we find interesting and that we think you guys would like to hear about. I'd like to say we're basing ourselves on the Joe Rogan experience. Truth be known, we kind of are, but Joe Rogan is, you know, he's one of a kind. The guests he gets on are phenomenal. I'm just looking at that as a format. And basically, in that sense, what I'm trying to say is, I'll be the main voice of the show as always. Connor will be here. You'll hear Connor's voice in the background. Connor will be my Jamie. So anyone who watches Joe Rogan will know what I'm talking about. Connor will be there. He'll be helping us search for stuff live. He'll be taking your comments. He'll be pitching in with his 2 cents every so often as well. But we are going to have a couple of guests on. The first guest is already lined up. Won't give it away just yet. Again, when I say guests, I'm only interested in talking to normal people. So I'm not looking to bring on footballers. I'm not looking to bring on superstars. I just want to bring on interesting people who I think you guys will like to hear their stories or like to hear their background. So we'll give it a try. We'll release the name soon. We'll work on a logo. We'll get the new podcast set up. The new podcast will be live. It'll be going out on here live in video. So you'll have my face, you'll have the guest's face. It'll be recorded to go out on a podcast. It'll go out on iTunes and all the usual podcast apps. It's going to be long. It's going to be probably 90 minutes long, like most of our shows. So if anyone listens to our old podcasts, they're about 45 minutes to an hour long. Well, these ones are going to be longer, but they're only going to be 1 a week. So keep an eye out for it. It'll be coming soon. I can't wait to get my teeth stuck into podcasts again. Really, really looking forward to it. Craig goes, we're playing yesterday's vid, my lesson, and my teacher caught me and started watching it as well. There you go. I mean, your teacher knows what's up. Tell her to get on there. Tell her not to forget to hit the fucking subscribe button, subby mate. I mean, if she's watching it, the least you can do is subscribe. I mean, come on. It's only fair. I heard Anfield Rap was very negative after a 4-1 win on the weekend, said Lee. I don't know, mate. I think I said it to you guys a while back. I gave up my Anfield Rap subscription. And not because of anything negative. I love the Anfield Rap's content. It's brilliant. I just find that since I've come onto YouTube and I've started talking to you guys, I get my fill of LFC content. I get it all out of my system and I get to hear lots of your opinions. So I don't really have time in my life for other opinions. So I don't listen to the Anfield Rap anymore. But as I say, I've got to be honest, big fan of their stuff. Love what the Anfield Rap do. Brilliant set of lads. Don't know them personally, but I mean, I've enjoyed their content for many years. So I couldn't tell you if they were negative or not. Wouldn't be fair for me to say. What have we got? Exactly right, Craig. If Spurs had won on Monday, City would have been fourth. They would have lost their shit. We can draw a game and it's not a disaster. Exactly. Ferno said, be right back, taking a shower. Wink wink, Berno, wink wink. Is that one a Connor type of shower? Do you take long showers, says Andre. There you go. This conversation's going in a weird place. See you later, big cock Divox, said Andre. Love that, mate. Well in. I only said about Doucouré because of the interviews with other current players. Hugely rated by the lads who've been on the same teams as him. Watching from Bird's Nest in Barbados, says Ron. Ron, welcome, buddy. Barbados in the house. Amazing. Someday, Ron. I'll tell you what, Ron. You should arrange for me and Connor to do a live stream from Barbados, and we will get our asses over there sometime and do a live show in Barbados. If ever there was a reason for me to try and talk the missus around to let me go on a jolly up for work, then it would have to be Barbados. I mean, it's the dream, buddy. Ron, I'm putting it down to you. Sort this out for us. Get us a bar for a live show. Even if it's me, you, Ron, Connor and a coconut. I mean, we're grand. That'll do. Lara said, I'm so happy the tactic Spurs did. Why not play the best players? Give up your tactic because the other team is City. That's what they did last season. Definitely want my name down as a random fan who gets to be on the pod once a year, said Brian. You better have an interesting story then, Brian. I mean, come on. You better get some interesting stories, or at least make some shit up so we can tell people some funny stories. Actually, on that one, Brian. Where is he? Sorry. Bear with me 2 seconds. Why isn't this doing what I wanted to do? Move that across. What's going on here? Something's going on with my chat here, Connor. I don't know what it is. Trying to make Brian a mod, but it won't let me do anything. Maybe you can do it, Connor, at your end. If you can, buddy, please do make Brian a mod. I tried to do it at my end, but for some reason it just didn't work out. So apologies on that one. I hate when that happens, Brian. Sorry, mate. I'm going to try something else here to see if it works. But Connor should be able to do it anyway. If you can, Connor, make Brian a mod there. Please and thank you. Nah, it's still not letting me do it. I don't know what it is tonight, Connor. A duck loses its penis every year and it grows back longer depending on how much raping they do during the year. Learned that on Joe Rogan, said Connor. That is the most fucked up fact I ever remember hearing on here, mate. So congratulations. That's I have to search to make sure that's true, but just to reiterate for everybody who's listening and didn't quite hear that, a duck loses its penis every year and it grows back longer depending on how much raping they do during the year. Learned that on Joe Rogan. As I said, that's definitely our fucked up fact of the day. And maybe we could have that on our podcast, Connor. Maybe we could have our fucked up fact of the week, and that could be your way of doing a little bit of digging and getting that fact. Connor doesn't know what he's letting himself in for on this podcast, by the way. He really doesn't know. He thinks it's going to be nicey nice, but it's going to be mayhem. It's going to be absolute bedlam, Connor. God help you. RAMSEY to play Saturday following tonight's Guendouzi red card. People did say that he was confirmed as being banned for the game of the weekend. Can they appeal it? No, it was a second yellow, wasn't it? They can't appeal a second yellow, so yeah, looks like he's banned. Thanks, Connor. I know the true meaning of life now, said Andre. I can make up class shit all night. The true stuff could come out though, said Brian. I mean, let it out. Megan Onky said mod limit reached. It's more than that. It just wouldn't let me do anything. I mean, it just wasn't giving me the options. Maybe it doesn't even think I'm logged into the channel. I don't know. The fact is about the blue whale. Or my fact is about the blue whale. There you go, yeah, the one with the big gi. The blue whale that can swallow up 6 men in its gi and still not be as big a cunt as Sergio Ramos. There you go. Another amazing fact of the day. So we're talking about penises and vaginas on here. It's the birds and the bees, the ducks and the whales. Ferno's heading off for cold showers. I mean, what more do you want? Sex education as well on here. Female ducks grow ends in their vagina so they can force the raping duck's penis into theirs so they can't impregnate them. I mean, mind blown, Connor. Mind absolutely fucking blown. Avoid Joe Rogan like the plague, said Facility Time. Absolutely not. Joe Rogan is fucking awesome. Absolutely my favourite podcast. For me, the best podcast in the world. Don't forget to click on Brian there, Connor, if you can, for me, Brian Morrissey, and give him an old blue spanner. Best channel ever, but I need to go to sleep. See you tomorrow, said Lars. I'm pretty tired myself, guys, and there's not really much Liverpool news to talk about tonight, so unless anybody has any topics they want to have a chat about, I'm happy to stay on for a few more minutes, but I don't want to just be here for the sake of it. Anything you want to do and anything you want to have a chat about, let me know. Anything I've missed in Liverpool news as well, there's a few things I probably have missed. As I said, I haven't been around a lot today. Lars, buddy, always appreciate you dropping in, mate. Always a pleasure. Thank you for the whale vagina fact. I'm going to be sharing that one with my wife a bit later on. Look, love, other whales can fit 6 lads in their gi. Now come on, don't be telling me you have a headache. Lars was telling me, and then I'll move on to the fact that Connor was telling me about lads' knobs falling off and getting bigger when they grow back, depending on how much raping they do. But female ducks have this thing. I give up. Too much. She's gonna think I'm fucking mad. Yeah, but duck quacks does echo, said Megan Donkey. So there you go. Anfield Agenda. Connor's the new Eamon the Butler. Is that what you're trying to say? Who's he? Oh, Eamon the Butler. Sorry. Yeah, gone. Apologies. I knew a chick who did that, said Rod. There you go. Will Pickford play for Liverpool? Absolutely not. He's not good enough to play for Liverpool, if I'm being honest. And I'm not saying Jordan Pickford's a shit goalkeeper, because he isn't. Jordan Pickford is far from a shit goalkeeper. He's a Tyrannosaurus Rex that hasn't got big people arms. That's for sure. But he's just not what we need. So no, he'll never play for Liverpool. Rod did what? I don't know what that is. That's gone over my head. Again, so one more time, suppose, before we finish up, just to kill some time if people have asked. Starting 11 for the game against Arsenal at the weekend. Alisson Becker with no beard. Alisson Becker for me anyway. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson. Midfield trio of Fabinho, James Milner, Gini Wijnaldum, and the front three being the front three. Now, in conversation with a couple of Reds during the course of the last couple of days, a few people have said to me that they think we might see Dejan Lovren start at centre-back, Trent get moved to the bench, and Joe Gomez moved over to right-back. Now, we've seen that done before, so it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Jurgen Klopp to do it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that's what Klopp's going to do? Are you expecting to see Gomez at right-back? Or do you think Trent will keep his place there? As I said, there has been precedent set for this before. Jurgen Klopp has done it. He's brought in Joe Gomez, put him at right back, dropped in Degsy beside Virgil van Dijk. So it wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world, but again, I'd be really interested in your opinion, so do let me know. Connor said, made you a mod, Brian. There you go. Modding done. Wish you for a super change in lineup for the Arsenal match. What do you want? What change do you want, Rod, for the Arsenal match? Anything in mind, buddy? Do let me know. Latest Liverpool news coming in from Brian Morrissey. We're still fucking class. Oh, there you go. I mean, Brian nailed it. You're absolutely spot on, mate. The Reds are still fucking mustard. Thomas Boland says, night all, work hard, be safe, and as always, be a Red. Now, Tom, if you take anything from tonight's stream, mate, don't forget Connor's facts and the fact about the whales. There you go. That's your learning done for the day, buddy. You can mark that one off, pull it off your list. Job done. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween. You've got 23 minutes left, Tom, as well. And thank you for joining us, buddy. Did Alisson save just so he can shape... No, I'm going to try and put a sentence together there without sounding like a fucking cabbage. Did Alisson shave just so he can take part in Movember? Interesting. Didn't think of that one, Mr. RJC. He does have full-on stubble on the face, so he hasn't completely shaved it off. But maybe... Have we got anybody taking part in Movember, actually? That's a really good fucking topic. Anybody going to have a bash at Movember? Let me know. And send me some pics as well. I want to see these moustaches grow. if anybody's doing Movember, definitely send me some pics on social media. No dick pics though. Definitely don't want to see no dick tashes. But if you're on Twitter, let us know at Anfield Agenda. Send us a message on there. Tag us on a post. And of course, as well, it says sign into chat, Connor. This thing is losing the fucking plot altogether. It's not even letting me chat now. I don't know. If anybody wants to give myself and Connor a follow on social media, Connor can put the names in there because it won't even let me post in, Connor. I don't know why. But my Twitter handle is at @CopJaffer_LFC. So that's at KOP Jaffer JAFFER_LFC. And Connor's is at ConArtistLFC. A couple of people keep asking us that, do we have personal accounts? Well, we do. I can't type it in because for some reason, Connor, Twitter thinks I'm not or YouTube thinks I'm not signed in. So maybe you can put it in the chat there, buddy. Just seen Alison's tweet about a child dressed up as him for Halloween, saying any striker's worst nightmare. Such a dude. Love him. Absolutely love having him at the club. I said all summer how much I wanted him, how he's the keeper I think would suit our system most. It's been a pleasure having him here so far. What can a mod do? Asks Brian. Basically, a mod can boo people out who are talking shit. They can time people out for 300 seconds if they think they need a break. They can hide people from the channel, which means their comments won't pop up in the chat. Basically, they moderate, the channel for us. So they help us with the chat, buddy. Especially on watch-alongs and stuff. It's really busy. The chat moves really quickly. You'll see a lot of people that come in that spam things like bigtitty.com and stuff like that. And they just spam links. They come in, they abuse us. They abuse people in the chat. And the people with the blue spanners are able to moderate the chat. So that's what mod stands for, moderator. Switch the back line from midfield 4-3-2-1, said Ron Carlo Cummins. I'd say you've more hope of that going to a 4-2-3-1 rather than a 4-3-2-1, although look, we're arguing over one player, a bit more forward, a bit more defensively in that system. I can only grow a Muzzy and Lil Goldie anyway, said Lee. I mean, look, here's your brother, mate. I mean, Exhibit A. I mean, I can't grow anything really here. A little bit here, definitely can't grow a beard. If I could grow a beard, I would be full on sitting here with a fucking grizzly right now. Christopher said, Ramsey on a free, most certainly depending on wage. MANÉ contract, if he doesn't want to sign, then sell him. 2.5 years left on his deal, Christopher, so there is a bit of time for Liverpool. There is no rush. We all agree that we want Sadio to sign a new deal. Absolutely nobody I know wants him to leave. But we also had the conversation earlier on, if somebody, and we reiterate nobody wants him to go, but if somebody had to leave in the front three, he probably would be the most replaceable of the three, in my humble opinion anyway. Ron said, thanks for a super time, guys. Pleasure, Ron. Always a pleasure, mate. Thank you for joining us all the way from Barbados. It blows my mind still that we've people tonight. So we've heard people from Barbados, the Czech Republic. We had people from, where is Subi from? Subi, where are you from again, buddy? Do let me know. Is it Indonesia? Or am I making that up? People from all over the world joining us on the stream. People from America, Canada, all around Europe, the UK. It's beautiful to get to know all you guys. We do appreciate you giving us your time every night. Thank you. But don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the stream, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. It is amazing though to think that people tune in from all around the world to listen to us talking about Liverpool or to engage with other Liverpool fans. It is a beautiful thing, and Liverpool Football Club has brought us all together. How mad is that? A game of 11 lads running around after a ball, well, 22 lads running around after a ball on a green pitch has brought all of us from all around the world together and kind of made us all mates to a certain extent. Isn't that nuts? Imagine trying to explain that one to an alien. Subi said, I'm from Australia but I live in England. Well, don't I just look like a fucking idiot right now then, Subi? Apologies if I got that. Obviously got that one completely wrong, mate. Apologies. Subi, just be here whenever you can and you'll get up there someday, said Andre. Exactly. Don't worry about it, Subi, mate. Some of the people that are mods here have been here 6, 7, 8, 9 months since we started, since day one. We're different to most of the channels, by the way. As far as I know, most other channels don't really make many people mods. I think maybe 2, 3 people on the entire channel. We're completely fucking differently. We just want to do things off the wall here, way different to anybody else. So I said to Connor one day, make fucking loads of people mods. Fuck it. What harm can it do? Let them all be mods. And then you have the that one moment where one lad goes rogue on us, and we all know who I'm talking about here. He went a little bit schizo on us. Go trick or treat then, Rod. Right, I have to stop fucking around and pretend I'm a serious person and get to work, said Rod. Enjoy it, buddy. We must catch up soon, Rod. It's been too long, mate. Couple of things I want to run past you as well. So yeah, be in touch. And of course I want to read some more of those fantastic articles as well, mate. Brian said, I see, just click on the comment and off you go. I have the power. With great power, Brian, comes great responsibility. So, you know, treat it wisely. All I'd say, Brian, and any of the mods is sometimes people are a little bit too trigger happy when people come in. Look, people spamming links for websites, immediately, boom, gone, no questions asked. But sometimes people come in and people just ban them because they disagree with what they're saying. Unless somebody is being abusive, please don't kick them out. Because sometimes if it's an opposition fan and they're trying to have a bit of banter, well, let's wind them up. Let's have a bit of fun with them. Let's give them a few sentences before we boot them out. If they're being respectful, then we won't boot them out. They're very welcome here. Out of all the channels I've been viewing, you are the best. Thank you, Subi. That's so kind of you, mate. And we do appreciate the kind words. Megan Nonky. PC Benjamin, how are you, sir? Great to have you with us. I hope you're keeping well. What did you dress up as on Halloween? Did you dress up as a nurse, Ben? Let us know. Or Benjamin, excuse me if you don't like me shortening your name. Apologies. Let us know. Did anybody else dress up? What did we have so far tonight? Somebody told us they were a vampire. I can't remember. Was there anybody? Wurzel Gummidge, actually. I think Wurzel Gummidge. What do you think the score will be at the weekend? 3-1, Benjamin, mate. I think we're going to beat them 3-1. Unfortunately, as I said, I won't be able to watch the game live, and that is really annoying me, but there's a spider on your shirt. Good, leave it there. It's good enough. I don't fall for tricks like that. I might just fucking eat the cunt if he's there anyway, so you're going to need to do a little bit better than that, Swaglord at 420. What do you think the score will be? I've done that one already. Anything else before I head off? Into believing you're a serious person. I'll only kill spam. I hate free speech, said Brian. That's it. Well, that's it. We do want to give people a chance to air their views. Even if they are opposition fans, even if they're saying something we may not agree with, you know, free speech and all that. Connor said I dressed up as somebody who doesn't really do Halloween. You nailed it, mate. Pulled it off to a T. Sauce Overload said, I see Arsenal fans feeling confident about Saturday. Just wait till we expose that defence and give them a hiding. Andre is heading off as well. If we lose, we'll never hear the end of it, said PC Benjamin. We won't, so don't worry, buddy. It's all good. You've got one of those cast iron Cop Jaffer guarantees there that we're not going to lose at the weekend. Worst case scenario, it'll be a draw, but we don't even want that. We wanted 3 points, don't we? We're capable of doing it. Guys, do you know what? I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I feel like we're just gone over a bit of old ground. As the game builds, well, as we build towards the game at the weekend, more news will be coming out. We've got tomorrow, then Klopp will have his presser on that on Friday. We'll have more team news, a few other bits and pieces. Until tomorrow, guys, thank you, as always, for taking the time to join us. Apologies to PC Benjamin and other people who are just coming in. I hate that. I hate when I head off just as people are coming in, so I do apologise. Don't forget, guys, to drop a like on the stream before you head off. And of course, if you're new to the stream, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until tomorrow, enjoy the 14 minutes that are left of your Halloween if you're in the UK or Ireland or Europe. No, UK or Ireland, Europe are ahead of us, so enjoy the rest of your Halloween anyway. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Look after your loved ones, take care, and up the motherfucking Reds.